Hello everybody, welcome to Friday night is organ music night, and tonight we are back in the St. Lambertus Church in Düsseldorf with its magnificent Rieger organ, its 4-manual Rieger organ with all its goodies, and this wonderful sample set that was created of the organ by our good friend Piotr Grabowski. Cheers to Piotr for this. Good evening everybody. We have quite a mix of things for you tonight. We've got lots of exciting things. I really have no idea how we're going to collate it. So it's just going to be a potpourri of concert tunes. Mrs. Gartshore has arrived. Hello, Mrs. Gartshore. Oh, wow. Okay. Ich suche. Ich mach das jetzt schon. Ha! As if by magic, it appears. Ah, there we are. What a lovely song. Right, there you are. There's a bizarre request. Vanessa just came upstairs with a request. Hello, are you going again? Yeah. Say bye. 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 She just disappeared again. Now, Vanessa's going to be important tonight, because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is one of those suffering nights. I get to suffer tonight. Yes. Vanessa decided I haven't done this for a long enough time, so tonight is a suffering night. What did she write here? She does all this. I don't know what this is about. Want, what does that say? Want to see Fraser struggle. 25 tickets, capital letters, and he has to sight read difficult music. Get your virtual tickets here, blah, blah, blah. From time to time, my darling wife decides that I need to do some work. And actually this is annoying because I've got, look at this, yes, someone got it right. Someone said, oh God, blue books, that must be Bach. Well, yes. I've had requests for Bach, but also for something academic to do with Bach. So we'll come to that later. I've had requests for that. We've had requests for everything. We've had very bizarre requests. So like I say, it's going to be interesting managing to sort of squeeze it all in to tonight. I'm sure we'll work it out somehow or other. Could be a long one tonight. Let's find out. Okay, so, right. You know what to do. If you want to see me suffer, which I think is horrendous that you would want to see me suffer, yes, if we, was it 25, is that right? Yes, if we sell 25 tickets, and that's not one person buying 25 $1 tickets. We have to be sensible here. Yes, then I have to play a piece of music. Now, I don't know what this piece of music is. Years ago, we came up with the idea, well, you came up with the idea, I didn't, that there would be a sort of a big virtual box of requests of pieces, classical music, difficult music, and I would have to, at some point, just play it, no matter what. And then I said to Vanessa, well, that's not very fair, is it? We have to make it worth our while. So she came up with the idea of 25 tickets and Fraser has to do it. Because then there's no excuse, because you've basically paid money to watch me suffer, which I think is horrible. It's like, I don't know, it's like the old days of the circus freak show, I think. Something rather naughty anyway. So, if you want to see me suffer, I have to play something. Now, Vanessa promised me tonight's piece of music, and this is where I really panic. I even had, when she said it, I could feel it in my stomach. She said tonight's piece of music is apparently, now she is not an academic musician, thankfully, but apparently she asked somebody. Now, I don't know who that somebody was. I can imagine who it might have been. There's only a few people out there she's got in touch, she's got contact to. And she asked them, and they said, oh yes, it's very difficult. It's a trio. It's a trio. Now, what a trio means is you have independent parts for your right hand, your left hand, and your foots. And it sounds easy because you're only doing one thing with each bodily part at a time, but it's not. It's incredibly difficult. And I hate things like that because it inevitably means counterpoint, and I loathe and detest counterpoint with a vengeance, as I will demonstrate to you in a certain piece this evening. Anyway, right, so we started off this evening with, somebody got it correct. Who got it right? Somebody got it right. Let's have a look. Somebody got it right in the chat there. In between all the hellos, somebody got it right. Who got it right? It's a wonderful piece of music, one of my favorite hymns called Segne du Maria. Bless you. There it is, Segne du Maria. Philip got it right. Congratulations, Philip. Well done. And I was hiding the tune at the beginning. I hope you got that I was hiding the tune. Where did I start? I was hiding it between all the stringy stuffs. The sort of film music, John Williams or Disney style. Isn't that cute? You could do that for the whole piece, basically. And then we can go to other different places. It's a lovely piece of music. I might play it at church tomorrow. So there you are. If you want to come and visit me, I might play that tomorrow. 6 p.m., sorry, 1800 hours, Herschbach, UWW, that's Unterwesterwald. There are 2 Herschbachs in the Westerwald, and they're very close to each other. Right, let's get straight on with the hell. Somebody called Arthur, and I'm not sure who Arthur is, because this is the first time Arthur wrote. At least I think it's the first time Arthur wrote. I do apologize if it's not the first time you wrote, Arthur. And Arthur wrote and said, "Hello, can you explain why you don't like counterpoint? I am learning a fugue by Bach, and I think it's not difficult," he said. Now, it happens to be a fugue that I have played before myself. It's the Little G minor fugue, which is a rather cute piece of music. Let me find a suitable registration. Let's find a suitable French registration, because this is a French organ. However, we'll make it sound a little more German by adding some bits and pieces. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. I'll add my foots in a moment. There they are. I'll add that in a moment. Actually, hold on. Is upstairs working today? For some reason, the upstairs camera sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It looks like it is. Perfect. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Splendid. Right. Now, what is so difficult about this music that I don't like? What is a fugue, for example? Well, the most famous organ fugue is, of course, now, what happens here? What's going on? Well, circle of fifths, basically. So, what's happening? Well, there's a melody. Okay? And it starts in a voice. All right? Imagine one instrument playing that. Imagine a violin. Okay? Now at that point, a second violin comes in at a slightly higher pitch. Okay? And then they sort of fight it out together, all right? But they're playing the same thing. So here's the first one again. Second one. Now, while the first one's playing, the second one's playing something else as well. So there's actually still only 2 voices playing. Now, at this point, a third voice comes in and says, "Oi, I can do this too." The other voices are just filling in some harmony at this point, amazed by what's going on above them in this new voice. And then suddenly the feet come in. Sorry, I was trying to talk to you at the same time as playing. That's the big thing. If you can talk while you're playing a Bach fugue, then apparently you know it. It turns out I don't. So what a fugue is, you have this melody, this theme, and it appears in different places. And while that's going on in that place, the other voices continue, all right? And the idea is they're sort of chasing each other. The word fugue, fugare from Latin means to chase or to run, depends how you want to translate it. Anyway, now, one of the first fugues by Bach that everybody apparently learns is this one. It's a relatively simple fugue in the key of G minor. So again, here's the melody. Imagine a violin. Now imagine a second voice. What's this going to be? Imagine this is now, I don't know, what shall this be? This can be, we won't say viola because violas are awful. Something else, let's say a French horn. So it's playing the same melody as before, and albeit in a different key. Okay, so, and that's the end of the melody. Now at that point, those two melodies are going, well, hold on a minute, we need to get back to a key where we should start and a third voice can come in. So you have what's known as a little episode. And then suddenly the third voice comes in, deeper now. Now let's say this is a trombone. Now I know that over the page the next voice to come in is the... So this is, I don't know, that should be the trombone really, shouldn't it? So we've got all these voices going at the same time now. Now, nice long episode here, and it's circle of fifths, so I can talk to you at this. Doesn't do much. A new voice. Pedals with some harmony. More circle of fifths. Oh, new key, B flat major. Da 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 da. You get the idea, all right? So all these voices appear from time to time. Sometimes you can hear them because they're up at the top. Sometimes because they're down in the feet, bombing away there, but sometimes they're hidden in the middle. It's quite difficult to hear them. And it's the musician's job, bloody hell, it's the musician's job to articulate properly so you can hear them. So there you are. Why do I find this difficult? Haha. I find this difficult because I was brought up in a vertical way, musically speaking. I like a melody. Okay, and underneath that melody there's a bass and an accompaniment. Okay, so I have a tune, an accompaniment, and a bass part. I am basically a one-man band, okay? And that's it. And the melody is always up there, and the accompaniment is always there, and the bass is always there. Easy, okay? It becomes difficult when suddenly the melody is here, or even here. Okay? And that's the problem with counterpoint, because each voice is independent of the others. No one voice is the melody or the accompaniment or the harmony or the bass or anything. It's all everything at once. And my brain goes, huh? Now this is horizontal music. It's chasing each other horizontally. I can't read it. I have a sort of counterpoint dyslexia. That's what I like to call it. I had huge fights with a professor of mine, a music college I attended. He was a bit of a Bach guru, and he's a wonderful guy, and I love him to bits, and we're very good friends now. But at the time when I was a student, he tore his hair out because he could not believe that I just wasn't able to see what was going on. And I can't. I literally cannot follow the lines through. I have to painstakingly, basically memorize these pieces of music so that I can play them. Sight reading is impossible, which could be interesting later on tonight if we reach that, and if my suspicions are right and she's got some piece of music for Bach laid out for me. I hope it's not a Bach trio, that would kill me. And I think I would, yes, I think I would terminate all future concerts if it was a Bach trio, because my brain would explode, or implode probably. and that would be useless. Anyway, let's try this fugue then, and I will see if I can play it through for Arthur. And I want you to work out if you can hear the melodies. So there's the upper one, here's the lower one. There's an even lower one, but it's the same as the first one, and then there's the one on the feet. But it's the same as the second one, if you know what I mean. Then later there's a third one in a new key. Okay, and so on and so on. How many different themes can you hear during this piece? Answers in the chat. Here we go. Bach's Fugue in G minor, BWV 578. Hopefully played almost correctly by me.
I need a page turner for that, don't I? I need a page turner. There you are. That's sort of Bach's Little Fugue in G minor. Whew! Robert Varner, the themes are all tangled up in my head. How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? The most difficult bit, I think, is you have the pedals going. It's sort of. Now, of course, you should, of course. Should be using toes only because that's what the Bach purists want you to do. We have no evidence that Bach wanted us to do that. Absolutely none whatsoever. The pedal boards of the day couldn't be played in any other ways. That's also not true. How about the shoes of the day could not have allowed any other things? That's also not true. None of it is true. It's just some wibbly wobbly academic one day went, I will piss off young organ students and tell them to use their toes only for no reason whatsoever. And it just sort of spread around the world and everyone went, yes, great master, toes only. What a load of rubbish. There's no historical evidence to suggest that that should be the case. Absolutely none whatsoever. And anyone who tells you is just believing all this idiotic rubbish. It's the same people who say Bach was a lovely man. No, he wasn't. He was an ogre. He was a horrendous man. He was a terrible father, a worse husband, and a rotten colleague. He's a bloody good musician, though. The Jeremy Clarkson of the Baroque music world. That's what I say. Anyway, there you are. So there's the first piece of Bach for this evening. Yes, there's another one coming up too. Stay tuned. And I hope you didn't mind my little mistakes there, but I had to turn the page at some point. Anyway, right. Let's get rid of... Actually, no, let's keep that there for the moment because you never know. I doubt it, but you never know. Right. Now then, back to the world of hymns, but not your average hymn, fun hymns. Up at the back of the little brown up at the back of the brown book of magic, this wonderful thing here, we have, let me get rid of that, we have some beautiful tunes indeed. And if you don't know what the brown book of magic is, it's a little brown hymn book that contains a lot of music, or all the music, that used to be sung by a certain religious group. They call themselves the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now everyone has a story about the Jehovah's Witnesses, usually hiding behind the curtains when they come and ring doorbells, things like that. But to be honest, I really don't care what anyone thinks about anybody else. The music of the JWs is astronomically good. It makes up for anything else you might want to say about them, but the music is amazing. And this is number 191 in the back of the Brown Book of Magic. It's called Mache dir die Wahrheit zu eigen. How are we going to translate that? I don't know. Let's find out. It's a waltz, so get your partners, please, for a slow waltz. that a cute tune? Now see, that's easy. That's a tune. Ba-dee-da-dee-da. It's film music, isn't it? It's like something from a Disney princess song where they're twirling around a room doing that kind of thing. Isn't it good? I love it. I love it. Charles Reardon, my organ professor has told me that toes only was bullshit after seeing a Baroque piece with 4 voices and the pedal alone. He said, play this with just toes. Well, exactly. Exactly. One of the best performers of Bach's organ music ever was eagle-nosed Karl Richter himself. He looked like the eagle from the Muppets, Karl Richter. I'm sure they based the eagle Muppet character on Karl Richter's face. But anyway, and I mean, he doesn't just play with toes and heels on Baroque organs. He plays toes and heels in velvet slippers. I mean, come on. So, yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, you purists. Anyway, right. Good evening. Jeff, do Jehovah Witnesses waltz in church? What a bloody good question. I don't know. Do we have any JWs in the audience tonight? I think we have a couple of ex-JWs kicking about. I can't imagine them dancing. There's a guy who lives in my village, a couple of roads, that way, a couple of roads down that way. And when he's out walking his dog, he's a lovely Italian guy. And when he's out walking his dog, I might stop him and ask him, do you dance during services? He's a JW, so yes, I shall ask him that. I think the answer will be no, but he'll probably hit me or something. Oh no, because they don't do violence, do they? Anyway, I'm waffling tonight, aren't I? I'm waffling tonight. Right, where should we go from here? Gosh, there's so much on the program. I don't know what order to do it in. I know what we'll do. We'll have a quick check of what's going on in the background. Quickly checking about here. Right, there's a request for something about Irving Berlin. That's always good. Let's have that. Right, we are definitely having that. Save that picture. Oh my goodness, Julian Cleek. Julian just sent me the most wonderful picture. Yes, we're definitely having some of that. Right, we're definitely having some of that. Right, quick, get that in right now. Where did I download it to? I downloaded it to there. Check this out. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Right, hold on. Let's just quickly do this again. There's something very annoying about Mac sometimes. When you download an image, it sort of automatically turns it the wrong way round for you. And I have to go and open it, turn it the way it should be, save it, and then suddenly it will work. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Our friend Julian Cleek sent me this. This is, Julian, are you drinking this evening? What did he say? What did Julian say about this? Meet my Butty Bach. It's wonderful just like its namesake. Right. What's it called? Masterfully Moorish Butty Bach Premium Ale 4.5%. Wye Valley Brewery. How do you like that? How do you like that? Butty Bach. That sounds quite naughty actually, Butty Bach. Quite like it though. Nice one, Julian. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, next time I'm in the UK, we must meet up and you must bring me a couple of bottles of Butty Bach from the Wye Valley. I'm not going to do a Welsh accent because I can't. Not without sounding. When I do a Welsh accent, it sounds like I'm taking the mickey out of Pakistanis. So I'm not going to, because it's obviously not a good thing. Rue has bought some coffees. Thank you very much. That will count as a ticket. Thank you very much, Rue. That's very kind. Yellowbird has also bought some coffees. Thank you very much. That shall also count as a ticket. And Maureen from Blackpool. Hello, Maureen. She also bought a ticket. So a cuppa. A coffee, a cuppa, whatever. So thank you very much. So there we are. Let's call that 3 tickets over there. All right. Let's call that 3 tickets over there. And then over here, let's double check what's coming in here. Uh-oh. Ooh. Right. Stefan. Thank you, Stefan. Who this? Michael. Thank you, Michael. I'll count in a minute. That's Michael. Dale. Hello, Dale. I like your surname, Dale. I'm not sure it's the real one, but it might be. I doubt it, though. Thank you, Dale. That's very kind of you. Who's this? Wolfgang. I solemnly declare that I want to see Fraser struggle. Thank you, Wolfgang. That's very kind of you. It's not very nice at all. Opus. Opus doesn't have a comment, but thank you very much. Opus always wants to see me struggle, so that's good. Right. Oh, what have we got here? Who's this? Alexander. Thank you very much to Alexander. Jan. Thank you very much to Jan. Joe. Thank you very much to Joe. Maido. Thank you very much from Maido. Oh, a second one from Joe. Does that count? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. It might. So let me see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the 3, 12. Right, we're at 12, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost halfway there, and it's 2,300 hours just gone, 23:01. So the first hour is kind of almost done. Right, you've got about 45 to 50 minutes to go. If it's going to be the last thing I play tonight, it's going to be hell. So let's get it in. Let's get it in now, and we'll sort it out. Right, let's have this bizarre request that just came in. Did I open it with my? I don't think I did. Or did I? No. Here it is. So what's the story behind this? Let's have a look. There's a story behind this from my friend Yellowbird. Yellowbird loves sending me bizarre requests. Haha. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, let's have a look. It's Friday the 13th. 25 tickets, question mark. Are you feeling lucky, question mark. Here's a piece of music, basically wishing me luck, as it were. Lucky Boy by Irving Berlin. Do we know this? Irving Berlin, Lucky Boy. This is an old one by Irving Berlin. Well, it's actually not that old, 1925. Irving Berlin was around, he was around for a long, long time. All his music still very much copyright, so it's quite difficult to escape the copyright claims with this kind of thing. Let's have a look though at Lucky Boy. Lucky Boy. Let me turn on my winky blinkies. Oh, they are on. Well, let me just do this then. So we've got a couple of extra paid. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Moderato. We like Moderato. Right, let's try this. Lucky Boy, Irving Berlin. Let's hope I'm the lucky boy and we get 24 tickets by the end of the night. And then I don't have to do any work. Lucky boy. I quite like that. If I could read the notes right. I got some of the notes in the right order. Haha. Old jokes are the best. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, 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 fun. Fun, 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 fun. Splendid, splendid, yes. Julian, thank you. Thank you for your picture, Julian, and thank you for the ticket. Thank you very much indeed. 13. Right, 13. While we're on the subject of fun music, let's do this. Now, I played this a long time ago, but the guy who requested it didn't see it. That's fine. So it means I get to play it again, which is fun. Let me just delete some of the stuff we don't need in this, because there we are. That's perfect. Wonderful. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's page 7, which is the same as page 1. Perfect. A long time ago, our friend Jeff sent me a bizarre piece of music. Sent me a very bizarre piece of music. And this, if you're from the United Kingdom and you've been around a while, you will laugh when you hear this piece of music, because it will make you think of a very famous comedy duo. And I won't say any more than that. It might even make you think of Glenda Jackson, but I won't say any more than that either. CameraTim.com said the Muppet Show theme. Yes, that was a bit like... It was a little bit like that, wasn't it? Irving Berlin came up with the Muppets theme. There you are. Jeff, this is for you. This is for you. And you requested this an awfully long time ago. And like I said, I did play it, but I can't remember when it was. I played it on the theatre organ, I remember that. Now, this could be interesting. This was back in the good old days. 1920 actually, it's not that old. And it was printed at Leipzig. And then it says underneath, foreign, foreign muck, obviously. This copy may not be sold in Great Britain, it said. Oh well, Jeff obviously stole it from somewhere or found it online. Naughty, naughty. Well, good job I am no longer in Great Britain, because it means I can hold it. It's in German for some bizarre reason. The guy who wrote it was a guy called Albert Kettelby, and you will all know him for another piece of music he was very famous for, which we're going to ignore as well. But this one this evening is a rather interesting and fun piece of music called In a Persian Market, with all its glory and all the naughtiness. Get ready.
My adaptation of In a Persian Market from Albert Ketelbe, with various bits and bobs. If you read what's supposed to be going on during that piece of music, it's all about the camel drivers and the beggars and the beautiful princess and the jugglers and the snake charmers, and then the caliph himself appears, and so on and so on and so on. It's a fun piece of music, and it should be played. It should be played on a regular basis. Jez 14. Jez has come in with the translation of Bach, which means little friend in Welsh. Now you know. Well, Bach is no friend of mine. Butty or otherwise, at least composer-wise. Anyway, wonderful. What a strangely wonderful piece of music. Now, continue with the theme of strangely wonderful pieces of music. Let's go back to the world of J.S. Bach. And this was a different request. This was not by Arthur. This was, in fact, there it is, the very piece of music we want. And somebody said, why don't you play Bach more regularly? And I say, because I can't. Simple as that. And to prove it, here's a piece of music. This was also requested. Now, this is a request, by the way, someone called Alex. Not Alexander, this is Alex, someone called Alex. And Alex occasionally writes with some interesting ideas, but he wrote this time, I'm assuming it's a he, Alex. I do apologize if that's not right. I'm assuming it's a he. And he wrote and said, a long time ago you played this piece of music, and you said you basically just learnt it very quickly. And then he wrote back again and said, can you still play this piece of music? Is it still in your head? And the question is, I don't know. I think I've played it since when I say I learnt it, I brushed through it. I think this was this not one of the 25s I had to play once upon a time? It might have been. I'm not terribly sure. Anyway, let's find a nice tinkly registration. It's the G major Prelude by Bach, number 541. Not the fugue, just the Prelude. I think we'll give it a sort of French style with that kind of thing. I quite like that. It's a nice sort of chirpy sound. That's even nicer. Let's have this. Now, this is a happy piece of music by Bach, and it's almost melodic. There's a melody line that's pretty much always on the top, and there's a bit of accompaniment, but there's the usual sort of pedal nonsense that's going on with Mr. Bach. So anyway, I will turn the camera over to the heads-up view if it's still on, if it's still working. Yes, it seems to be. It seems to be behaving itself at the moment. For a while it wasn't. It turned out it was a cable problem, but that seems to have sorted itself. But from time it just cuts out, so let's hope it's still there, keeping going. This is the G major Prelude by Mr. B, Mr. Butty Bach, and I hope I can kind of do it some justice. No promises. That was a good start. My fingers didn't want to do any of that, so let's try that again. Take two. I had to make up the last page there because I couldn't remember it. I couldn't turn pages quickly enough to get it. So let's go and do that again and try and get the last page correct. Where shall we go from? Let's go from this bit. Now the pedal solo. Page turn. Not much better, but marginally. That kind of went better than I expected. Oh, God, it's exhausting though. I don't know why would anybody want to do that kind of stuff of their own free will and accord? I don't understand it. I really don't. It's lovely to listen to, but it's just not nice to play. Our good friend Aaron Shows, and we love Aaron to bits. Aaron is wonderful. And Aaron said, he was talking about things like the Bach trio sonatas, and he was saying, you know, they're technically marvelous pieces of music, but does anybody actually want to listen to them? And I think that's exactly right. Does anyone actually want to listen to them because they enjoy listening to them, or because they enjoy concentrating on performers suffering? I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what it's all about. And it's a piece of music like this. This is not the most difficult piece of music by Bach, obviously, because I can kind of play it. I'm not going to say I can play it. I can kind of play it. And it's doable. But, you know, for me to sit down and now turn that into a perfect, polished performance, it's going to take a good week of work at nothing else, just at that. And to be honest, at the end of the day, am I getting any enjoyment out of it? I'm not. I'd rather listen to professionals play it. I really would. That's just my take on it. I'm not a great lover of, as you know, a great lover of Bach and his music. I am, however, a great lover of this kind of thing, and I think this is wonderful. Is it already over here? Let's make sure and see if it's there. It's not. Let me get it quickly over here. A wonderful piece of music that came in earlier. There it is. This is wonderful. And this is a wonderful... I'm exhausted after that. I can feel myself perspiring. Is that what you want, ladies and gentlemen? Do you want me perspiring? Here it comes. Click, boom. This is lovely. This is much nicer. And this is a piece of music requested by our darling friend, Mr. Joe Humans, down in South Carolina. Now, Joe sent me a couple of very nice pieces during the week. One of them called North of South Carolina or something like that. And I'll be damned if I can find the music. I've been trying to find the music for all week. I will continue to try to find it because it's a lovely little tune. I will find it. However, Joe loves coming up with some cute requests, and I think this is a wonderful one. And this is a great piece of music that I think we should all enjoy. And it's in my favorite key. It's in D flat major. D flat is, and always will be, my favorite key. I love D flat major. And this is a beautifully simple number. Based around a simple turnaround, a sort of a circle of fifth style 2-5-1 turnaround. What am I talking about? Go and check your harmony books and you will be told. It's a lovely piece of music. It's from that wonderful film starring Mr. Gene Wilder, as chocolatier Mr. Willy Wonka. And it's a beautiful piece of music simply called Pure Imagination. I think it's lovely. Check this out. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Just like any other Friday night with the Gartshore gang. Check this out.
pure imagination with some Art Tatum at the end. Oh, what a lovely piece of music. I'm very much enjoying that. Right, and I'm also enjoying the fact that no, we are nowhere near 25 tickets, and that's good because we've gone past 23:30 and we are still only at 14. So splendid, splendid. No naughtiness for me tonight. Now, is that genuine relief? Or is that reverse psychology? That's up to you. That's up to you. Right. Did we have... Oh, yes, we did. We did. I have to save this towards the end of the evening, though. One of my favorite pieces of music was requested, but we're going to save that to the end of this evening's concert. And I want you all to sing along when I play it. Okay, so hang around, please, for the final piece of music this evening. You will absolutely love it. If you don't know it, then it's about time you did. It's one of the most brilliant pieces of music from there's no date on it, early 70s, anyway, definitely early 70s, and it was composed by the most unlikely of people. But it was a wonderful piece of music. Can I have a refund then, please? No, of course you can't. Good God, no. A refund, you cheeky boy. Cheeky. What you need to do, rather than ask for a refund, is talk. Encourage your fellow gang members, that's the word, to open their wallets and repeat after me. Help yourself. Here's a hymn that comes up from time to time, and it's a nice sort of modernish hymn, and you can sort of jazz it up a bit, but I don't like to. I like to play it in a nice way, and it sounds something like this. It's a hymn you would sing at the I believe part of any church service. So the creed, the credo, the I believe. got to finish a hymn with a cha-cha-cha from time to time. I like that. That's a loved one, isn't it? Lucian, 15. Lucian from Texas. Thank you very much indeed. That was me saying thank you with my feet. Thank you, thank you. Isn't that a good hymn? That's a good fun piece of music, isn't it? Yeah. I just saw somebody say something rather nice in the chat. Paul Norman. Hello, Paul. It's the first time in a while he's enjoyed some music and a little rum. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Last night, don't tell anyone, last night I had a beer. I don't drink much these days, basically because I live with a woman who doesn't drink anything. Her entire family, they're bone dry, all of them. That's maybe the only negative thing, but don't say anything. And from time to time, I will treat myself to a bottle of beer or a glass of wine or something along those lines. And last night was no exception. Last night, what's that? Oh, hold on. Last night was no exception. I had one of my little treats for myself, and I couldn't resist it. And it was a Scottish beer. I found it in a local supermarket. Actually, where did I find it? Down in Koblenz, which isn't far from here. I found it in a supermarket down there. A Belhaven Oat Stout. Now, Belhaven is a brewery near Edinburgh, a very good brewery, and they do some lovely stuff. And this one, the Oat Stout, it's rather lovely. It's quite potent. It was about 7% volume, and it had a very nice sort of nutty, stouty sort of black beer taste. It was lovely. It was like sort of, it was like sort of, well, yeah, very much over the top Guinness, if you think that kind of thing. But it had a much more sort of sweety honey taste to it. It was lovely. If you find it, Belhaven's Oat Stout, it's called. It's absolutely delicious. Ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Doot. This is our friend Joe sent us pictures of his lovely cats sound asleep. Now, I suspect, looking at the picture, those cats aren't just asleep cuddling. There's two cats there, by the way. They're not just cuddling each other. I suspect they are cuddling up to Marie, who is lying down, cuddled up in her bed, with the cats. If I'm not mistaken, Joe, am I right? It looks like that. So many, many greetings to Joe and Marie, and of course the cats. That looks like a very cuddly place to be. Ah, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? My little daughter, our bundle of joy, she's coming up for, what is she now, 17, 18 months, something like that. 17 months, that's right. And she's amazing. She has now discovered that lots of things around the house can be used to cuddle up to. And her favourite thing to cuddle up in at the moment is Daddy's dressing gown. So when I get dressed in the morning and the dressing gown disappears, she rushes off and grabs the dressing gown and cuddles up in it and laughs and laughs and giggles and laughs. She thinks it's absolutely lovely, which is cute. Very, very cute indeed. So there you are. So it's a very cuddly time at the moment. She doesn't want to cuddle with us. She just wants to cuddle with the dressing gown. No, that's not true. She does actually quite like cuddling with us. So there we have it. There we have it. The cuddly Gartshore gang. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be good? Right. Looks like I'm spared for this evening. So thank you. I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone who did buy a ticket. Thank you very much. And I hope you didn't just buy a ticket because you thought you were going to see me suffer. That would have been rather naughty of you, apart from Wolfgang, who admitted it. Wolfgang. But thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. I think we've got everybody so far. Yes, Lucian was the last one there. Let me just double check emails and make sure I'm not missing anybody. Sometimes, oh no, hold on. Jeff, you are very welcome. Jeff, another Jeff, Jeffrey Ford. Bought some coffee. That's 16 then. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. That's Mr. Edgeware to you and me. Right. Now, have we covered all of the requests so far? Let me just double check. I think so. Yes. What's that? Oh my goodness, what's that? Oh, that's one for Sunday then. All right, our friend Spielregal, a young chap called Spielregal, has sent me something very interesting there. I'll have to play around with that because that's going to be copyright hell. It's film music. That's rather lovely. So let's see if we can find something to play around with on that. Yes, I quite like that. Thank you, Spielregal. I will do that on Sunday. So let me quickly take your email, mark it so I don't forget it. Bingo. There you go. See, I'm getting good. I'm getting good. Right. Too many things at once. I hope you've had a good week. We've had a very, very long and strangely, not necessarily stressful, but rather full week with no free time whatsoever. And I've spent most of the week you can't see it, thankfully, in my hands. My hands heal very quickly. Actually, there's a hole there, there's a hole there, there's a hole there, and there's a hole there on that third finger as well. I've been repairing cars all week, and I've been doing the most annoying little repair deep down inside the engine of one of the cars that sits around in the garage. And there's literally that amount of space to get down the side of the engine to get to the tiniest of sensors, a little sensor. And to remove the sensor, you have to remove a million other things to get to it, and then somehow fish it out with all sorts of tools in that tiny little space. And I managed to get it out yesterday. I have not, however, managed to get the new one in. That's going to be tomorrow's job. So, so tomorrow should be slightly less damaging to the paws, but we shall hope so. Here's a piece of music by Mr. Errol Garner.
Misty, haha. The most famous composition by the crazy genius known as Errol Garner. I say crazy genius because there was never anyone like him, and there has never been anyone since like him. The way he plays, it's just amazing. The things his crazy brain came up with, amazing. I had no idea how he did it. To this day, I don't think anybody knows how he did it. There is nobody in the world who can imitate Errol Garner completely. Many try, and some get kind of close, but after a while they can't take it. Basically, their brains just can't take it after a while. Errol Garner, however, I reckon there was a medical disorder there, and the thing connecting both halves of his brain just wasn't connected at all, and his left half and his right half were having separate parties. And while he was playing the piano, his left hand would would keep the rhythm going, and it was all very wonderful, and his right hand would be off, 7 sheets to the wind, and there would be no sort of, there'd be no cohesion between the two hands. They'd be off doing their own things. Harmonically, they may be in the same place, but rhythmically and sort of improvisationally, is that even a word? They were off at complete, not necessarily tangents, but God knows what angles. They were just off. It was wonderful. Somebody once described it, and I think this is wonderful. This is a guy who used to play drums for Errol Garner. I met him in New York many, many years ago. He was a very old guy at the time. And I said, what was he like to work with? And he said, it was the weirdest thing you've ever seen in your life. It was like a man's brain and a woman's brain inside one head, talking to each other while he was playing the piano. And I think that sums it up absolutely perfectly. Now, we all know this. A man's brain works with its shelves and drawers and cupboards and everything. Everything might just be shoved in there, but it's in there and it's closed. But you know where everything is. You go to your cupboard, you pull out a little drawer, there it is, boom. So when you think of something, you know exactly where it is. It's in that drawer in my mind. Perfect, okay? It's all away somewhere, yeah? But the woman's brain, everything, every molecule in there is connected with every other molecule. And a woman's brain can think of every single thing in the universe simultaneously and still know where everything is. You know what I mean? And a man can't do that. A man can't do that. A man can think of one thing at a time. And it's in that drawer over there. So I will go and get it from that drawer. There it is there. I will now close my drawer. I will close all the doors, close the cupboards. And now I will think of nothing. Only men can do that. Women can't do that. And it's... And he said, it's like a man's brain and a woman's brain inside the same head. I thought that was a wonderful description of how Errol Garner's brain must have worked. Isn't that cute? Isn't that wonderful? I think that's wonderful. Think about that, folks. Think about that. Go and listen to, or watch, even better, the joy of YouTube. Go and watch some videos of Errol Garner playing. The wonderful thing about watching Errol Garner play is he's playing these amazing runs and things. His left hand is keeping this most amazing rhythm at the same time. Yeah, he always plays in flat keys as well, and he's off. But he never watches what he does. He's always looking at the audience and, oh, look at that. Oh, that's a nice suit on that guy over there. Oh, what's going on? Oh, the cameraman, what's he doing? He's moving. He is moving. He never looks at his hands, and it's wonderful. Anyway, I'm off at my strange tangent, and and it's just wonderful. Oh, another Joe has arrived. Thank you, Joe. That's 3 Joes. That's even if we count all of them, that still only takes us to 1718 if we count all of them. And we've got 3 minutes to go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, sadly we did not make our 25s tonight. We are missing a few people tonight. A few people are missing in the audience, so maybe that's got something to do with it as well. That's maybe got something to do with it. You never know. Right. I'm really not sure what's going on in the chat tonight. Lots of exciting things. I love going back and looking at the chat after the fact. Normally the day after I sort of go back and I don't listen to the music, but I go back and have a look at the chat and see what everyone was talking about. Rubbish Psychology says Chlanfair. Well, it's true. You might think it's rubbish, but it's perfectly true. In this day and age we live in,
you mustn't. You must be very careful what you say, because somebody somewhere will feel offended by what you say. But whether it's true or not, they will feel offended by it. And I only have one thing to say to that. Tough. Stop it. No, well, that's two things to say to it. Oh, damn it, I just stopped myself. Oh, well, never mind. Just stop it. Enjoy the music, have fun, and get on with this. Right, I promised you a fun piece of music to finish up this evening. Now, the piece of music in question was made famous by a Welsh singer. And no, not Tom Jones, the other one. The other one. However, it wasn't written by a Welsh singer. It was written for that Welsh singer. And this piece of music has since become internationally famous for various things. It's been used at football matches. It's been used for charity occasions. It's been used for all sorts of things. And even the composer himself, a man who is still very much alive, very much with us, and who we love very much indeed. He's one of the wealthiest musicians ever to have graced the surface of the planet, quite simply because of the wonderful world of copyright and publishing rights. He did it right. Second time round. First time round, back in the 50s when he started out, his mum took all the publishing rights and ran off with all the money, leaving him with nothing. He learnt that lesson and then republished everything and got it all back. Good for him. The young guy in question went to study piano at the Juilliard School of Music in New York. Very, very talented piano player, but a much more talented melody smith. Wrote wonderful melodies. And he faded from the scene in the 60s when the British invasion took over the American music, when the Beatles and the Rolling Stones arrived. He sort of disappeared. But it was a young British musician called Reg, in other words, Mr. Elton John, who rediscovered him in the early 70s and said, "Oh my God, I love your music. If it wasn't for your music, I would never have become a musician. Here, let's do something together." And Elton John got him back. And oh my goodness, are we glad he did. Because since then, he's been gracing the musical world with the most wonderful compositions. A lot of people don't know that a lot of music is actually written by this guy. He is the wonderful Mr. Neil Sedaka, and I love Neil Sedaka to bits. All of his music is wonderful, and one of my favorite pieces of music. It's a go-to happy piece. It's a go-to happy piece for everybody to sing along to. It's so easy to sing along to. You don't even need words. You just need to go sha-la-la. I think you know what I'm talking about. Is this the way to Amarillo? Cue the copyright claims. Not quite a cha-cha-cha, but is this the way to Amarillo? Ladies and gentlemen, a vision has appeared in the corner of the room. It's Vanessa in a dressing gown. Hello. I might have. She's got her mobile phone in her hand. I suspect somebody has been writing messages to her suggesting... I have to turn the microphone off quickly. Back in a second. We've had the most awfully a wonderful piece of music, but not after that night of that wonderful request. Sunday, okay? We'll definitely do it on Sunday, I promise. Okay, well, in fact, we'll start the concert with it on Sunday, okay? Vanessa?
Okay.
Okay, we'll start the concert with it on Sunday. Hier, guck mal, was ich am Ende gespielt habe. Hast du das gehört? Da, 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 da. Vanessa said you could even hear it downstairs. That's how loud my headphones are tonight. Vanessa says she's not as deaf as I am. Well, this is the thing, you see. I'm deaf because I play loud, and I play loud because I'm deaf. Does that make sense? And the louder I play, the worse it becomes. And then my male brain can't hear her female brain thinking anymore. And then I get into trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for being here this evening. Friday night has been organ music night. Thank you for your generosity in your tickets and your coffees and all the other bits and bobs that trickled in throughout the evening. Thank you very much indeed. I wish you all a very pleasant weekend, and we will be back on Sunday. And on Sunday, I promise you, oh my goodness me, on Sunday we will have more Bach. Sunday we will have more Bach. We will have some film music from The Lord of the Rings. We will have some toccatas, French style. I better practice one of them. We'll have 2 toccatas, French style. All right, my God. So Bach, film music, toccatas, French toccatas. What else have we got for Sunday? Oh, she's gone. She's disappeared. And maybe on Sunday night we will continue where we left off with the tickets, and maybe I'll think about it. I'll ask her what the piece of music in question is. If it's unplayable, then we won't. If it's almost playable, then we might. Maybe we'll continue with that on Sunday night. But anyway, join us for Bach, hymns, film music, toccatas, and more. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday. See you on Sunday night. Let's have some more of this, shall we? Ha ha!